¿Quién es Mike Angel? Es un niño con big dreams. I don't, I do what I want to do. And I live my life the way I want to live it. Vivo mi vida como yo quiero vivir mi vida. No me gusta limitaciones porque hay una cosa que todos nosotros no vamos a escapar y es la muerte. So, entendiendo eso, yo vivo mi vida como yo quiero. I see El Salvador like the land of opportunity. I see the land not heavy. I see people happy. This place has changed like day and night. Before, I used to tell people I was from El Salvador. They used to be like, "Oh, that's that place that has a lot of gangs." And now it completely shifted to something else where I am very proud to be where I'm from, and I've always supported it. And now it's a place where people can roam free, they're happy, and they're super safe. And that's very, very important.
¿Qué fue lo que te llevó a irte del país? ¿Hubo influencia de las pandillas?
No, so my parents escaped the war. Escaparon la guerra in 1980. They did not want to come back. They lost family members, they lost friends. The whole family split up and they went to United States because of that.
Ahora, ¿qué te hace regresar al país?
So I came back for the first time in 2020. And I have a nonprofit organization, and I came to help out people in Chinameca get access to clean water during the pandemic. And that was the first time I started to actually see the changes and the differences in the country. But we're still going through the pandemic, right? So everybody was in house. And after that, brother, I was like, I need to come back. And this year alone is my third time coming back, but I'm coming back to do projects. Like what pulled me first was I was in during Bukele's second election, the re-election, I did a video on Twitter and I voted so easily from my phone in my car in Los Angeles. And I'm like, why can't this system be this easy in the United States? So I did that and I did a video, and then El Presidente Nayib Bukele retweeted it and it went viral. So then I did two more videos and he retweeted them and it went viral. And then I flew over here and that's where I met, El Diputado Christian Guevara. I met a bunch of my friends, and the energy of the people celebrating like the re-election was incredible. And I'm like, my eyes lit up and I'm like, I am so blessed to be where I'm at and the life I built in the United States of America. What can I do for my country here? What connections can I utilize or resources that I have and to empower El Salvador and be a part of this movement?
Coméntame cómo llega Mike Angel a Mike Tyson. ¿Cómo hacen ese match? Y pues ahora vemos que se está desarrollando algo, bueno, se vivió algo súper creado en esta conexión. ¿Cómo quiere esa conexión? ¿Cómo ese salvadoreño conoce a esta historia, a este referente histórico en el deporte?
So I give all the glory to God. I believe that I'm divinely guided by God. And that's number one. Number two is, are you familiar with the act of service when you're giving back to people? I was giving back and doing this nonprofit organization. And that's when I decided to pick up a camera because we had a cinematographer and we got into an altercation. And I decided to get my own camera then and there. And I was like, that way I can just do my own stuff. And from there, I met a great friend of mine. His name is Andres Ortiz, who was taking photos of Mike at the time. And he called me to do a project for Mike. And that was the first time I met Mike. And the energy was so good. They were telling me, just stay another week, stay another month. And then I stayed the whole year. And then from that, like I just started to grow my relationship with Mike Tyson and the Tyson family. And I also went up in my career working with Mike, like not just taking photos, but doing video, creative producing, writing commercials for him. I've won awards with my brother Andres. We won Webby Awards. I also co-produced the 3-part Netflix series, and we're working on a documentary of his life right now.
Conociendo a Mike Tyson, ya has hablado acerca de los cambios que el presidente Bukele ha hecho en tu país natal con él.
Oh yeah, every day. Everybody in my circle, they know about El Salvador. I always show them videos of Presidente Nayib Bukele, and I'm like, look, like he is a great figure. He's a great example of what leadership is, because there's something about El Presidente Nayib Bukele that he uses common sense for the people, and a lot of people in power aren't really honest, you know, but there's something about the president that it makes me want to continue to push him and support him as much as I can. So yeah, I showed him videos of you know, El Presidente, and el tío Mike Tyson me dice, look, did you see the biggest jail? It's in your country. I'm like, I know. It's like, hey, check this out. And but yeah, he definitely knows about El Presidente.
¿Tú crees que habría en algún momento de la historia actual de El Salvador un acercamiento directo entre Mike Tyson con sus procesos deportivos o algún proceso social que él encabece? Tu apoyo para trabajar en esa interacción con el gobierno de El Salvador.
That's God's willing, primero Dios, but that's one of my goals, is to bring boxing to El Salvador and make El Salvador the capital of boxing of Central and in South America. I've already spoken to him about it. He said we'll talk later once infrastructure is done, but I'm throwing it up in the air and I'm saying, God, work your magic.
¿Crees en el potencial deportivo que el presidente Nayib Bukele le ha puesto a la juventud?
Yes.
¿Cómo él está trabajando?
Yeah, I love it. I think El Salvador right now is positioned in a great place to bring in sports, to really put that in there, because a lot of kids wouldn't really come out and play, right? When all the gangs were out and it was very unsafe to be out. So now is like the perfect time. So everything that the president is doing, like I support it, and I think it's beneficial for the country.
Una última, de las últimas preguntas ya. ¿Creerías tú, bueno, prácticamente Mike Tyson en El Salvador con el presidente Bukele en algún momento sería posible?
Sería un sueño. It's my dream, you know, but a lot of my dreams become a reality. So, you know, it's a strong possibility.
Bueno, ya hablamos un poco de tu historia, de tu trayectoria, cómo un salvadoreño ve prácticamente el posicionamiento que el presidente Bukele le ha dado al país en temas de seguridad. Pero tú, en las 3 ocasiones que ha venido al país, ¿cómo ves el tema de seguridad?
It's the best. It's the best that it has ever been. And this is the only place where I feel safe. Like, I don't even feel safe in Los Angeles. I don't feel safe in New York. I always have to watch my back. Over here is the only place where I feel safe. And it's great for the people. I have a friend. He's a famous DJ. His name's Talon Reed. He was in Japan. And I posted a video. I was in El Salvador. And he's like, I'm on a flight. I'm on a flight from Japan to El Salvador. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So we were eating at La Doña, great restaurant. And he's like, I'm down the block. And we ended up meeting up. And then he told me, he was like, wow, there's a lot of people out at night. And we were walking by the, you know, Be Nice in that area, the historic part. And I was like, yeah, it's crazy, because a few years ago it wasn't even like this. And I'm very proud of like where El Salvador's positioned because it's it's step by step, and El Salvador is in the forefront of a great representation of what other countries should be and feel like, you know? Like, I feel like El Salvador is for the people first, and, regardless of what other countries say about El Salvador.
Mike Angel se quedaría a vivir en El Salvador.
Oh, yeah, I already bought a place in, La Libertad. I bought an apartment. It's done in 2026, but my goal is to live here 6 months out of the year.
Y en ese intercambio, ¿cómo sería esa forma de trabajar? O sea, ¿cómo harías? Ya,
Well, anything's possible.